out here, back out on a piece of public here in northern PA that we've been checking out. Haley and I hung a camera about 6 weeks ago back in an area that we scouted during turkey season. So we're gonna head back in there now, check that camera. We're probably gonna hang 3 more. Then we're gonna go from there. So this time we brought the bikes so we could bike probably just about halfway to the point where we gotta cross the creek, and then I'm gonna walk the rest of the way. Walking it's well, either way, it's probably a little over a mile to a mile and a quarter back to the beginning of the area we're gonna check out. So it's a good ways in, gets away from everybody. There's no easier access than the one we're going to, so no one's gonna come in from any other side. So it's got some swamps and stuff back there, beaver dams, real thick. So it's a good area. Every time we've been back there, we've seen deer. So hopefully we'll see some more today, and hopefully I'll have some pictures on that camera. So we're gonna get the bikes unloaded and start heading back there.
Give her hell, Captain.
Off of our normal walk to this point, so that was a big help. During hunting season, we're probably just gonna, leave 20 minutes earlier, take our time, walk back in. But so what we're looking at here, there's a creek that comes down over this way and goes through a swamp and connects with another creek that comes across the back of this area. And last time I was in here, when I hung my camera, there was a lot of good creek crossings, heavier deer trails that were being frequented pretty good. I mean, a lot of times in these big woods the deer roam, but creek crossings and stuff are a good way to see where they're constantly using the same spot. So we're going to loop around to our farthest point we want to check out. We're going to check that camera along the way, and then we're going to loop back around that creek on the other side, check those crossings, and we're going to come up the very inner edge of this swamp, because last time we were in here we walked directly up the creek to get out, and it's really thick in the center of that, too thick to hunt in. But there's trails in it, so we want to try and get to the edge of it, kind of see where they're coming out. So hopefully we'll find a good spot for these 4 cameras, and we'll be able to hit this come early archery season and see if we can't get something done. It's nice back. It's it's cool back in here, so I can see why we've seen deer before. So should be a good little scouting trip. 800 pictures. What's up? Are you rolling?
I am.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're got to the first camera, well, the only camera we had hung so far. And it's got 800 pictures on it. It didn't die, so I have to see what's on there over the last month. But just a little quick tech tip. See if you can put your cameras up somewhere higher, where obviously they're out of sight line for both game and people, but also the dishonest hunters of the world cannot reach it without, like I said, and I can reach it climbing up and take it off, but I actually had a climbing stick when I put it on, so your average person would not be able to reach it, considering we're taller than the average person. So alright, we're going to check the camera here and see if there's anything on it, and decide whether or not to move it or not. Alright, so we just checked the card here on this camera. Had a pretty good amount of deer on it right off the bat. Mostly does. We had a 6-point walk through, a big 4-point, and then 4 days ago a nice 8-pointer walked right down through this trail here in front of the camera. So they're definitely traveling across this ridge, and this is the furthest point I came last time. So we're gonna push in further. It's definitely thick throughout here. See if we can find some distinct trails and set some more cameras on. I mean, there's deer in the area, and you can definitely tell they're coming in and out of here on an angle down over that way. The way we walked in, it gets into like a thick beach, saplings and stuff. There's not really much there for them, so you can kind of tell different areas the deer like to tend to hang out in. So, but overall, good card pull. I mean, we got some deer on it. Got a 2 legal buck, one pretty nice 8-pointer. So, gonna hang the rest of the cameras and push further in. Alright, so this camera, like I said, we're putting up off the ground here. No one's gonna be able to reach this unless they have sticks, but a couple others we put out were remote enough that we're not gonna have to worry about it. This is out in the open. Another little tip here is put your phone on selfie mode. Just lay it straight on the front of the camera, and it kind of gives you an idea of exactly where it's pointing. That way, you know, you're not coming back to a bunch of pictures of the of the trees or nothing like that. So this one's pretty much perfect with the angle of this tree. It's going to get this whole opening here, and there's quite a few trails running through, right joining up here. So should be a pretty good spot. But